Good morning to all. On the behalf of School of Management, CMR University, I take great pleasure in welcoming you all to the national webinar on empowering your future with financial planning and wealth creation, conducted in collaboration with the Association of Mutual Funds in India, AMFI. In today's fast-paced and ever-changing financial environment, the need for smart financial planning has never been greater. We are truly honored to bring together experienced voices from financial service sector to enlighten us on this important theme. To begin this webinar on a warm note, I now invite Dr. S. Ayyappan, Professor and School of Management, CMR University, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. It is give me a great pleasure to welcome you all the national webinar on empowering your future with financial planning and wealth creation, joined organized by School of Management Studies, CMR University, and Association of Mutual Fund in India. We are privileged to have with us some distinguished guests and a warm welcome to Dr. R.K. Vaidyanathan, Professor and Dean, School of Management Studies, and Dr. Divya Tangam Marquis, Head of the Department, School of Management Studies, CMR University, and our special thanks to Mr. Veera Brahma Rao, Senior Consultant at AMFI and former General Manager at SBI, for joining us to share his expertise and insights. We are also thankful to Mr. Sabzar Ahmed from AMFI coordinator for giving us the opportunity to host this meaningful and much needed to the webinar. We truly appreciate the AMFI efforts in promoting the financial awareness across the countries. Once again, I warm welcome to the everyone and wish you our fruitful and enriching the expertise. And once again, I welcome to our faculty members and students and outside participants and colleges. All are warmly welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for setting the tone for today's.
Shall we start?
Thank you so much, sir, for setting the tone for today's session. It's now time to introduce our distinguished resource person for today's session. He's seasoned finance professional with over 33 years of distinguished service at the State Bank of India, where he held several key positions, including general manager. During his tenure, he gained extensive experience across various domains of banking, such as credit, rural finance, policy implementation. He also served as the CEO of Trust Exchange Company in Doha, Qatar from 2005 to 2009 on deputation from SBI. Notably, he played a crucial role in the successful rollout of the Government of India's direct benefit transfer scheme in the state of Odisha during 2010 to 11 and actively steered the bank's initiatives in agriculture and rural development. He held important responsibilities at SBI Central Bank Secretariat, contributing to the apex policy making processes of the bank. He also served as the nominee director in Utkal Gramya Bank and the Orissa State Warehouse Corporation, reflecting his strong leadership in governance and development. Academically, he holds a PG degree in commerce and MBA in finance and postgraduate diplomas in securities law and alternative dispute resolution. In 2005, he joined the Association of Mutual Funds in India as a senior consultant focusing on spreading investor awareness in the southern part of the country. With his deep expertise in finance, banking, and investor education, we are truly privileged to have him with us today. It is my honor to introduce our esteemed speaker, Mr. Veera Brahma Rao Arkupudi. Let us now hear from our esteemed speaker. I invite Mr. Veera Brahma Rao to take us through today's core session on financial planning and wealth creation. To you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayank, for your nice introduction. And good morning to all the participants. I feel it is my privilege to be with the CMR University School of Management HRBR campus, and Dr. R.K. Vaidyanathan, Professor and Dean SEM, and Dr. Divya Thankam Varghese, Assistant Professor, HOD HRBR campus, and Coordinator Dr. S. Ayappan, Professor SOM. And thank you for the giving me an opportunity. I'm privileged to be with all of you, enlightened people. But this is a small, from our side, this is a small effort, sorry, to create awareness on financial investments, in particular reference to the mutual fund industry, because I belong to AMFI. So how your investments in the mutual funds and other financial investments can work for you wonders in the days to come, if you plan in a strategic way. So try to let us understand, first when we start this, the financial planning, what is it? We always say that financial planning is a pathway for your secure financial future. Because in the life journey, one will undergo several phases of life, which filled with several functions, ceremonies, educational requirements for your kids, and emergencies, health and other emergencies. All these things, they're all part of the our life journey. Unless you plan properly and in a systematic way, the journey will be bumpy. Otherwise, it will be very smooth if you plan in a much smoother way. Your journey will be. And let us see how it goes. Yeah, next. So let us try to understand what you are doing with your money. So maybe there are three options for you with your money. One is, of course, spending. Most of it, majority part of it may be going towards meeting your expenses and other needs, day-to-day needs. And then maybe leftover will be a saving. And also from the savings, whatever you save, you are investing also. There is slight difference. So we'll come to that at a later part of this thing, saving and investment. Okay, this is what you are doing with your money. We are all aware of this. Next, see, let us take a famous quote from Mr. Warren Buffett, because this is a school of management. You have all heard about Warren Buffett. He is the investment guru for the world. Actually, the way he has earned billions of money while saving and investing. That is how he made his life. And he says, please do not save what is left after spending. And don't save what is left after spending, but you should have a target of saving, then save it, and the remaining portion only try to spend it. But spend what is left after saving. This should be your mantra for a secured financial future. Next. So when you are saving or investing, you should also understand there is an invisible, even though we are all aware of it, it eats away into your savings and investments. That is called inflation. What is wrong? Only saving is what is wrong with the saving, because the inflation part. If you look at the apple on the screen, portion of it, maybe 1/4 portion of it is being taken away by inflation without your knowledge. Sometimes, if you are not conscious about your savings and this thing, inflation will hit you very badly. So when you save or invest, you have to take this factor also into consideration. Yeah. Next. Yeah. How inflation impacts your, expenses and savings. Say today, if you are spending, 30,000 rupees to meet your day-to-day expenses, for the same 30,000, expense, day-to-day needs, maybe slightly day-to-day needs also will grow over the years. But even if you think that your needs and other things are constant, after 5 years, for the same needs and requirements, you have to spend 40,000 rupees. Again, after 15 years, 60,000, 20 years, 80,000. See, means the value of your rupee or your saving and other things is going day by day because of the impact of the inflation. Similarly, your saving, not only your expenses, your savings also will get impacted. Similarly, if you are saving today 1 lakh rupees, and after 5 years, the value of that will become 80,000 rupees. Similarly, it goes down over the years unless you take care of and plan for the impact of inflation in your expenses as well as your savings. Next. Yeah. What is the solution? Having, talked about the inflation and its impact on your savings and investments, then let us see what is the impact on your, what is the solution for this impact of the inflation. So if you are starting saving today, you have to, upgrade yourself. Maybe you have to progress yourself from saving. Saving means, you must be knowing, putting in the savings deposit by way of a TDR or something like that, or post office, NSEs, or Kisan Vikas Patra. These are all, savings. Then, so you have to progressively graduate from savings to investment. Then see that whatever you are saving or investing, after the progression from savings to investment, they should work for you. Not that you are that means they should earn decent returns, so that you will have a second source of income too. That's why you have to invest in such a way, or save in such a way that it also results in a decent returns on your savings and investment. Then you work for hard to earn money, so make the money work for, because you're earning, for getting your salary or your business income, whatever it is, you must be putting in several number of hours, very hard you are working. So you should also see that not only you work hard to earn money, the saving or investment what you are doing also should work hard for you, in getting better returns. So this is what you have to keep it in your mind, and take the advantage of compounding. You're all aware. Compounding means, instead of simple return, it's a compounding returns. That's next. Yeah. For this, progressive, progression towards savings and to investments, you have to have a wonderful financial planning to achieve that, all your financial goals. Because, just, saving, you should have a goal, financial goal. Every individual, whether consciously he will have a financial goal or unconsciously also. Sometimes you may not be planning anything, but unconsciously, okay, after 5 years, I will purchase a car, or I will, after 10 years, I will have a house, property, or some real estate. I will purchase a plot of land, I will purchase. And in the meantime, your family also grows, so marriages and your children, all these things, factors you have to take into consideration while, you are doing your financial planning. See, first of all, what is the first step in that? Define your financial goals. Then assess after defining your financial goals first, then assess what is your current financial situation. how much you are getting, what will be your expenses. You should have some a reasonable budgeting exercise you have to do, and then this whatever you are saving, you have to have the asset allocation is very, very important concept. Like just keep it in bank, forget it, or you have to have various types of assets like real estate, gold, maybe fixed deposit. Part of it is in shares and bonds. All these things, that asset allocation you have to choose very, very wisely. Otherwise, these investments or savings, whatever you are doing with your hard-earned money, may not yield desired results. That after asset allocation takes place, you have to invest according to your plan. Then just invest and forget it means again you are in the passive mode. You have to constantly review, monitor how your hard-earned money, which is invested in lucrative securities or the fixed deposit in various asset classes, how they are yielding for you. You should continuously monitor and review those financial investments in the various asset portfolios. Next. Yeah, why it is important? We already discussed this. To reach your financial goals in a much faster and smoother and disciplined way, then automatically when you do this exercise, you will have the better standard of living, because everything is in your control. You know how the money is coming and what in what areas you are spending, and thereby you also plan for a gradual improvement of your standard of living. It results in that, unconsciously or consciously, whether you plan for it or not. If you invest wisely, it will happen. Then again, as we discussed, financial emergencies like medical needs or whatever it is, all those factors also we have to take into consideration while choosing your financial goals as well as your financial planning. Then manage and save taxes efficiently. This again, if you choose the asset classes wisely, it may also help you in tax planning. It saves a lot of, because if you see this public provident fund, Kisan Vikas Patra, all these instruments, even in mutual funds, you will have that ITC deduction part of it. You will save a lot of taxes. You should have this savings and important asset portfolios will help you in create in your tax planning too. And finally, what you will achieve out of this? You will achieve peace of mind, quote unquote. This is the most important part of anybody's life. If you are in a constant tension or unease about your finances, what will happen? Your health will deteriorate. It will result in we all know that tensions and BP, sugar, all these things will happen. Next. So again, reverting to Warren Buffett, he says, don't ever depend on one single income, and whatever make your investments work as a second source of income for you, because that requires a lot of financial planning and choosing asset portfolios in a much better way. Next. If you are choosing the right asset classes, and how it will help you. You see this, if you are looking at the Sensex, because this is another one, an asset class, investment in shares and bonds is another asset class. If you look at it over the years, how the Sensex, has fared, the average return, is hovering in almost in double digits. Nowhere it is in single digits. Unlike normal regular passive saving deposits and saving instruments like fixed deposit and Kisan Vikas Patras, all these things. If you look at the Sensex, it is varying between anywhere between the least is 10.4 and the highest is 16.8. The investments should give you a double-digit returns if you choose your asset classes in a wiser way. Next, investment for long term can truly be beneficial. Don't go by short-term methods. In the sense, when you are investing, you always look to a horizon of 10 to 15 years or more than that, so that your investments will yield you. If you look at the graph, from 79 onwards, the Sensex is always climbing only, except from the climbing only, it just dipped in 1 or 2 years. But if you look at the base, from the base it is always continuously growing. So choose your asset classes wisely. Next. Yeah, we have already discussed this. Why you are investing or saving? This is, we should have the financial goals. We said that. So these are the, if you look at this, a small tree pot, if the tree, you have this, you join education, then employment, then, you should plan for your house, your leisure trips, car, and family. These are all, one has to undergo in each one of our life journeys, all these processes. That is having a car, having a house, and leisure trips to foreign countries, and buying a house, all these things, and children education requirements, children, medical requirements, everything we have to, plan, and accordingly you should have a goal, and accordingly your investment should meet your goals. Ensure that. Next. What are the various options for investment? Choosing asset classes. You have a gold as an asset class, property as an asset class, stocks, insurance, bonds, and bank deposits. These are all several asset classes. In this, what we consider is mutual funds is also there, is having a very, very stable returns as well as investment, of course, subjected to market fluctuations and market conditions. Yes, next. Yeah, always, we said that it's not, you should not be a passive investor. Your investment should work for you. So what are the, when we say that your investment should work for you, what are the, factors you have to take into consideration? Inflation, that the first fundamental factor is inflation. Whether you accept it or not, it will hit you. So you have to plan for that. And a second source of income also, whenever you require a second source of income because of the growing needs of your children or your family, you require a second source of income. And then third important thing is it should be accessible and usable. You see that not saving is, only one part. When that saving is not useful for you, when you require it badly, so what is the use of it? So the saving and investment, what you are doing, should be such that it should be easily available for you for your usages. Simultaneously, that investment and saving should grow. That means unless you grow, the investment and the returns are coming from that investment, you don't have any second source of income. No? So that investment and the savings should also yield a handsome return by growing in value, and also you should be in a position to encash it very quickly and the redeem it. You can also call it redemption very quickly, so that it will be, but at a low cost. It should not involve much higher cost. Unlike, some other, asset classes where you have to, when you have to sell a property or something like that, you have to incur a lot of expenditure, brokerage, blah, this thing, that thing, everything, it pinches you. So you have to have your investment should, when you have to take care of all these factors. Next. Yeah, what is the asset allocation? Your asset allocation should be like, it should be like a thali. You should get everything, in thali, you look at the thali, you have everything there. Chapati, rice, and curries, curds, and salad, and all these things. Some small quantity of biryani, or fried rice, whatever it is, everything, sambar, rasam. So these are all the asset. It is like an asset class, classes. Your investment should, be in such a way. You have to plan that it should be like a thali. Several portfolios, asset classes you should invest so that your investment and savings will yield you a handsome return and also safe and secure. Next. See, again, asset allocation, when you are investing, this should meet your financial goals. Unless you plan, these two are matching, there will be what you call, a disruption. So you have to plan in such a way that your financial goals as well as your savings and investments, returns and, encashment should be in such that you will get it whenever you require. That's very, very important. And, you see, these are all slightly illiquid portfolio, property, gold, art collection, and equity shares. And liquid is bonds, NSCs, PPF, and bank deposits, slightly more liquid than the other one. And in between, sits this mutual fund concept, mutual funds. It has both the qualities and the prerequisites of both: grow in value as well as it will generate income for you. So, what we suggest is the mutual fund is the best option for when you are looking for growth as well as returns. Next. So when we said that it has the both qualities of growth and returns, mutual funds. So let us go deep into that. Let us see how it works. Next, mutual fund. Next, please. What is a mutual fund? What is a mutual fund? First, when you are planning to take in a mutual funds also as an investment asset class, you should understand how managed mutual funds work and what is mutual fund. All these factors you should understand. Mutual fund is what? Mutual means what? Mutual is it is win-win for both investor as well as the service provider, mutual fund company. It is a mutually beneficial scheme. So a mutual fund is a financial vehicle that collects money from many investors and invests in stocks, bonds, debentures. As a investor, you need not bother about the financials and how the company is performing, what is its financials. When you invest in shares, you have to look into all these things. But when you invest in mutual funds, what happens? The fund manager, who is an expert in this type of financial analysis and taking investment decisions, he will work for you. He is an agent for you in making your investments work for you. Next, anybody with an investment surplus can go very little amounts. You need not what you call Kisan Vikas or something like this. You need not invest a substantial amount there. You can start your investments in mutual funds with very, very small amounts, maybe in hundreds also, 1,000, small 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, something like whatever it is. It is like a recurring deposit, Every month you can start investing in that. it's most cost efficient. There is no expenditure in that for investing in that. Mutual funds are managed by fund managers, as I said. There will be experts who are managing the funds that are being collected by the mutual fund company for investing in better rated securities as well as better return giving securities. Generally, mutual funds, provide market related returns. Sometimes, it may be less, sometimes isn't, but it never goes below the market related. Market means what? BSE, Sensex, and other things. You have seen the return graph, no? It's almost in double digit returns, for the last 20-25 years. If you look at the past performance of the Sensex, it's always a minimum 10 point something you have seen in the graph. So this, because they are investing, mutual funds are also investing, the fund managers are also investing in this type of securities. So your returns will also be handsome returns you will get, subject to market conditions. Next. How does a mutual fund works? It's like this, when you have your savings, you are here as an investor, and you pull your money and hand it over to a fund manager in a mutual fund. Then he invests in stocks and securities on behalf of you. And that helps because he is an expert in that type of investment portfolios and investment in shares and bonds. It will help you generate decent returns, and that will be delivered to you as and when you require. There are schemes also. We'll come to that in the next part of it. So this is a good way of investment and looking at the returns you are going to get out of mutual funds. Next. Next, please. Why invest in mutual funds? Having seen how the mutual fund works, these are the advantages. You have low cost and very, very convenient sums you can invest. There is no need to that, you should invest only this much sum, or every month you have to give this much only, like that. You, depending on your flexibility and your savings, you can invest in convenient smaller sums also. And again, the mutual fund is professionally managed company, where the fund manager is there and other various specialists who will help him in investing your savings in the mutual funds. And because they are investing in a basket of shares and bonds, what happens? Your risk diversification also takes place. You are not investing in one type of security alone, because they invest in all good rated companies, which they study, and bonds and government securities and all these asset classes. Your risk will be diversified. Then another most important aspect of mutual fund industry is it is very well regulated by Securities Exchange Board of India, SEBI. So you can rest assured, like an RBI for banks, SEBI is for mutual funds and other financial intermediaries. So it is a very, very well regulated market. And because it's a very much well regulated market, you will be provided with a lot of information, and transparency is the order of the day. And you will get everything, a monthly fact sheet and all these things in your fingertips, and a lot of transparency will be there in this mutual fund industry. And lastly, and but not the least, is liquidity. When you require your savings, when you require your investments work for you, or you need it urgently for some emergencies to meet in your family, so liquidity also immediately, you will get it in a day or two. Your mutual funds units will be redeemed, and the money will be put into your account without any delay. Next. Yeah, let us look at when you are, thought that, when we are thinking that mutual funds is one of the best options for us. let us see how the mutual fund structure and the schemes are there for you in the market. Next. So the structure of the mutual fund, as the name suggests, it's a mutually beneficial, funds. That is why, because it is a mutually beneficial schemes, the benefit for the investors is being passed on by these mutual funds. It is registered as a trust. It's not a company, it's a trust. There will be a company, but the mutual fund will be run as a trust. There is a sponsor. Sponsor may be a company. Then you will have the sponsor will form a board of trustees, because it's a trust, no? As we said, mutual funds are registered under trust, Indian Trust Act 1882. So there will be a board of trustees who starts this mutual fund. Okay, here if we look at it, any company, mutual fund company, say SBI Mutual Fund. SBI Mutual Fund is the brand name, that is the mutual fund, whereas the sponsor is SBI Funds Management Limited. SBI Funds Management is a subsidiary of wholly owned subsidiary of State Bank of India, is the sponsor for that mutual fund that is called SBI Mutual Fund. Because the funds management was, there will be a board of trustees for this SBI Mutual Fund, and this mutual fund functioning will be looked after by these trustees. And investment management and day-to-day operations are being looked after by this asset management company. Okay, then there will be a custodian to whenever the mutual fund invests in a lot of bonds and shares and securities. So these will be put in the custodian. It will not be in any personal custody or private custody. There will be a custodian, the recognized custodian, which will keep in safe custody for all these, like custodian. And how the mutual funds will be sold in the market. There are various distributors, agents and distributors. Even the banks act as an agent for mutual fund units, and fund accountants also will be there to look after the accounting aspects of the fund. Next. So, having understood the structure, let us also go to the types of mutual funds. These types of mutual funds we have several types, actually, depending on the organizational structure, management portfolio, investment objective, investment portfolio, and other types. These are the various types of mutual funds that are in the market. Organizational structure. Based on organizational structure, you have three funds in this: open-ended funds, closed-ended funds, and interval funds. Similarly, management portfolio, based on that, active funds and passive funds. Investment objective, growth, income, and hybrid funds. These are all various types of mutual funds that are available in the market by almost all the mutual fund companies have this type of mutual funds. Several mutual types are there. Next. Categorization of mutual fund schemes. It's again the types we have seen depending on the organization and various methodologies. Then let us see how the mutual funds are being classified. The mutual funds are being classified into equity schemes, debt schemes, hybrid schemes, and solution-oriented schemes, and other schemes like index funds and ETFs. What is this? The nomenclature of all these, equity funds. Equity schemes generally invest in mostly 75% of the investable funds will be going into shares, mostly shares, particularly A-rated companies, or depending on the objectives of the scheme. They will upfront tell you where they are going to invest, not in the companies, in the sectors. Okay, and the companies. Then debt schemes, mostly they think it's like a safe and secure this thing, person. Equity schemes are slightly vulnerable for market conditions. Debt schemes are slightly stable returns you will get, but returns will be slightly lesser here. Hybrid schemes talk of equity plus debt. This is called hybrid schemes. Then solution-oriented schemes. Solution-oriented means what? If you are looking at a corpus to be available for you after a particular period, maybe a retirement, or maybe when your child enters a college education, if you require a corpus, this is these solution-oriented schemes are there, and other schemes are there, like which is index-related schemes, exchange-traded funds, and all these are another category of mutual funds that are available for you. Depending on your risk appetite, you can choose the category of the mutual fund where you want to invest, in which type of scheme you want to invest. Next, please. Let us each category. Let us look at it, each of the categories. Equity schemes. First, equity, as we said. Then next. Generally, equity fund schemes, they invest in equities and equity-related instruments. Okay, and seek growth in the long term. When you are investing in equity fund schemes, please be aware that you have to go for a long-term investment. Don't look for a short-term investment and I'm not getting any returns or something like that. You have to always you should be a long-term player, not a short-term player. Then, when these equity schemes are suitable for whom? Where the risk appetite is slightly more, and you can withstand, market shocks. If you are such a person in that income category, you can go for this high, this high risk appetite equity linked schemes. Next, please. Yeah, equity fund categories are several categories are there in that also. Again, in the multi-cap fund, large cap fund, large to mid-cap fund, these are all various under equity, various fund categories depending on your risk appetite and your inclination to take higher risk or moderate risk or low risk. You can go for this scheme. But in equity, generally the risk is slightly higher than the debt schemes. Next, please. Now, in the equity fund categories, you have different varieties. Dividend yield fund means you are planning to dividend yielding. The fund manager investing in your savings in the mutual fund into dividend yielding stocks with at least 65% of the portfolio should be in the dividend yielding stocks. So then value fund, value investment strategy with at least 65% is in growth. Maybe whether they give dividend or not, but if the value of the stock, maybe they are repatriating, their profits are getting repatriated into their own capital, so that for expansion and other things, that is to meet their expansion requirements. So that value, the value of the company is growing, but you may not be getting the dividends, but the share value from 10 rupees, maybe it will go to 200 rupees, 300 rupees also, because of the value that is being enhanced day by day because of their investment strategies. Then contra fund is it always takes a contrarian view of investment strategy. So accordingly, they don't go with the market. They will identify stocks which are having potential value and growth. So that contra fund will go into that type of thing. This focus fund and sectoral thematic fund and ELSS. ELSS, let us understand ELSS, equity linked savings scheme. So equity linked savings scheme, if you are going into that, it will also entitle you for tax benefits. And focus fund and sectoral thematic funds are all again a category which you will get, depending on your risk appetite. Next, please. Equity linked savings scheme. This is what I have said. It will, it will enable you to get takes savings, what you call, and it will help you in your tax planning. That is very, very important for you. But only catch here is that these investments in mutual funds of ELSS will there will be a lock-in period for your investments up to 3 years. 3 years lock-in period is there, so that you cannot withdraw. If there is a withdrawal, and there will be penalties for that and all those things. So you have to mentally prepare for 3 years lock-in period if you want to have tax benefits as well as growth and returns. In that. Next, please. So, having covered equity fund schemes, let us go to debt schemes. Debt schemes next. In the debt schemes also, you have different funds which invest only in fixed income securities, and some funds are, some types are there in this, which will also not only give you a fixed return, and also capital appreciation will be there. And it is generally debt schemes are more suitable for investors who are having moderate risk appetite. Next. Yeah, this is how, this is a matrix that was given to you, how the, different funds having the risk carries with it is given in this. So if you look at the x-axis, duration and mutual fund, maturity period of security in the hand, and the risk low to high is this thing. High risk categories are credit risk funds and gilt funds, and all these things are high risk funds. Whereas low risk is low duration, ultra short funds, money market funds. These are all low risk funds. The returns are also very low in that. Yeah, this is how these types of debt funds given to you in a matrix mode, so that you can understand in a much better way. Next. Debt fund categories are like equity fund categories also. We have debt fund, like, overnight fund, liquid fund. Overnight fund means, even if you have a liquid money, maybe you're not, needing it for 10 days or 15 days or something like that. You can overnight, you put it in this, overnight fund, having maturity of 1 day there. And up to 91, if you don't require this money, you have a liquid fund at your disposal to get slightly much better returns than the putting it in the savings bank account of the bank. And ultra short duration fund, 3 to 6 months. See, these are all various durations of debt funds, which will give you a steady return, plus some of them are growth oriented too. Next. Yeah, these are the categories: long duration, dynamic bond, corporate bond, rate raise. These are all various categories are available in the debt fund. Debt fund also is 7 years. This is a portfolio greater than 7 years. They will invest in this. See, all these investment objectives will be given to you in one good thing with mutual fund is will be given to you in a much, when the scheme is launched. They will tell you where they are going to invest and how much long this fund is available. All these factors will be told to you upfront. There will be an offer document. In this, you will get all this information. Only thing is you have to choose based on your requirements and as well as your risk appetite. Next. Yes. This again, debt. We have seen equity, we have seen a debt fund, and then it's a combination of both, hybrid, equity, debt, and this is called hybrid fund. Next, hybrid funds invest in both in equity as well as debt, and aim to generate wealth from equity and fixed return from the debt portion. Suitable for investors looking for a mix of safety income and modest capital appreciation. Next. Hybrid funds, there are different types of hybrid funds: conservative hybrid fund, balanced hybrid fund, dynamic asset allocation. All these funds are available to you in hybrid category also. So you choose what is your need and what is your risk appetite based on that. Next. Coming to solution oriented scheme, another category in the type of mutual fund is solution oriented. What are the solution oriented schemes? Let us see. Next. Yeah, retirement funds, children funds, index funds, and fund of funds. Retirement funds means what? If you want to, if you don't have a pension scheme in your employment, you want a corpus and a decent return to be available to you at the time of your retirement, you go for retirement funds. Like the children funds, educational target, what your requirements of your children, that will also help you in getting that. Children fund will help you to give you good returns as well as growth options in this fund category. Index funds means this is the fund will invest in the what you call stocks which are listed in the index, and 95% of the amount will go into that index fund, whatever your say mutual funds are there. So that is how that index funds work. Fund of funds means what? Overseas and domestic. Even overseas funds, mutual funds, they will invest into that, and domestic mixed bag for this fund of funds. Yeah. Next. Index funds is again, categories. Portfolio replicates the index. The portfolio index, how it is faring, your portfolio also will fare like that. Aims to provide returns in line with the index, suitable for investors seeking returns similar to index. So when you are looking at returns similar to the what you call index, BSE or NSE, Sensex, so you have to go for this type of index funds. Next. Index funds also, what are the characteristics of index funds? Mirrors a market risk, include security as per index. All these, passive fund management, because they're only going to invest in the index rated shares and securities. So it's a very, very passive type of investment. Aims to offer good returns. Fee capped at 1.5. All these things are there. These are the characteristics of investment index funds. Next. Exchange traded funds, again, it will be listed on the stock exchange, and you can you can redeem these stocks, entering into the stock exchange also. Low cost fund management than active fund. Next. Gold exchange traded funds, they will be in the each unit of ETF, gold exchange traded funds. These are also gold based funds also. They're all listed in the stock exchange. And each unit of gold represents a definite weight in gold, typically 1 gram. The units will be in that ratio. Price of gold ETF, as the price of gold moves, this also your in the portfolio also will move in the gold market. Next. International funds, again, the Indian companies which have been listed in NASDAQ or in other foreign stock exchanges, London Stock Exchange or Japanese Stock Exchange. These ADRs and JDRs, these funds invest in those Indian companies, ADRs and JDRs, which are listed in the NASDAQ or London Stock Exchange, etc. These are called international funds. Next. Then fund of funds. Fund of funds means what? This fund of fund this fund manager invests in other mutual fund schemes. They don't go into market directly going into the shares and bonds of available in the market in the stock exchange. Instead, what they do, they invest in the mutual fund schemes, which are meeting the investment objectives of this fund of funds. They will invest in those schemes, so that it will be very passive, because there will be a fund manager doing the research and other things for those funds. So when you are investing in those mutual funds units, automatically you have to sit quietly and keep on observing the movement. That's all, nothing more than that. You need not do any research and planning for investment in the shares. Next. Arbitrage funds. Arbitrage fund, arbitrage word you must have heard. You must have heard about arbitrage, how it works and other things. Arbitrage is, one market, what is the, interest rate or this thing, and the same value in the one market and higher value in another market. Then you buy in one low market in this thing and sell it in the higher market. The difference is the arbitrage for you. And this represents arbitrage funds, we only invest in that type of opportunities that are available in the market. So these are called arbitrage funds. This is another type of a category of a mutual fund. Next. Yeah, mutual funds, always, you have to, it's a matter of risk and return trade-off. Anywhere, any investment, any saving is, even if you invest in a business, it is a risk, how much risk the business is giving you and what is the return the business is giving you. The more the risk, the higher will be the return generally. So a matter of risk return trade-off. So you have to assess your equity funds, hybrid funds and debt schemes in this parameters. Risk, what is the risk? What is the return I am getting it? So according to your risk appetite, you invest in that. Next. Schemes related documents. What are the, when you are going to take a decision to invest in mutual funds, what are the related documents that you have to look into while investing? Let us go and verify that. Next. So you have, each scheme will have a scheme information document which will give you comprehensive information about the scheme, where they are going to invest, what is the objective of that fund, all these things, they will give you in the SID. The another format is called statement of additional information. Additional information like, what are the legal company issues or the tax implications of this fund, this mutual fund, about this scheme is being told to you in statement of additional information, SAI. First is SIG. Then there is key information memorandum. It is part of a summarized version of actually SID, scheme information document. It gives you what are the crucial information, because SID will be a long list of things that are being narrated there, whereas the key information memorandum will give you what exactly as an investor you are interested in and what you have to look into. That things will be told to you in KIM, key information memorandum. Next. Again, monthly, each scheme will give you a fact sheet, how it is performing, where they have invested, everything will be given. If you look at the screen, the fact sheet contains the investment made by from the funds collected, and what is the risk, riskometer it is called, what is the risk that fund is running, the scheme is running. Everything will be given in a nutshell in one, one sheet called fact sheet. Every month, each scheme will issue that fact sheet, telling you about the performance of that scheme. In case if you're not happy with the performance, you can switch. That option is also available, and it will come to you in the next slides. Next. Plans and options. What are the plans and options in mutual funds? Next. There is a regular plan and there is a direct plan. A regular plan means what? Your investments will be done through your distributor or a bank or everything, done by a mediator will be there. That's a regular plan. So what will happen if you invest through regular plan? Your NAV, everything will be there. NAV for regular plan or direct plan, NAV will be given to you. But slightly, because there is a distributor involved, third party involved here, you will get slightly lesser. If the other NAV is showing you, giving you 15 rupees, this NAV in a regular plan may be at 14.98 or 96 or something like that. mild, they have to provide for the distributor's commission also. So that will be slightly lower NAV will be there. Expense ratio is also because there is an expenditure towards the distributing agencies because we have to pay commission for them also. So you have to, there will be expense ratio will also be slightly on a higher mode. Whereas in direct plan, if you look at it, because it's like an internet banking, you go to that mutual fund site and choose your scheme as per your risk appetite and invest in that. There will be as I said, the NAV will be much because there is no distributor involved here. You will get slightly higher NAV, and also your expense ratio will be slightly less. That is the difference between a regular plan and a direct plan. Next, growth option and IDCW option. Growth option means, as the name suggests, growth option you have to, that scheme will invest your returns also into the scheme itself. So no payment will be done to you, and the whatever yearly dividend or whatever it is, then it will be reinvested into the scheme, and accordingly the units will grow without your further investment, and the value also will grow in proportionately. And that is a growth option. Income distribution option means you require a second source of income besides your salary. So you invest in this, you take this option, IDCW, that means income distribution and capital withdrawal, maybe at quarterly or half-yearly or yearly intervals. You will get back your returns, not the original, principal. You will get your, this is called IDCW option. Income distribution and some capital withdrawal option. Capital also, portion of the capital also, depending on your requirements, you can withdraw. Next. Modes of investment. Modes of investment, we have already discussed this. Either you go in a lump sum investment model, or you go in a SIP. SIP means what? Systematic investment plan. You must have all heard about that SIP. We in mutual funds, there is a very famous concept called SIP. It will give you flexibility in regularly investing or monthly investing, like a recurring deposit of a bank. A regular investment here, even that, a SIP, you need not be stick to a particular amount. If your liquidity is much better, you thought of investing 1,000. Today you can invest 1,500 also next day. So similarly, systematic investment plan will give you to invest in the schemes in a regular way with smaller amounts. STP, systematic transfer plan. Systematic transfer plan is, if you want to switch from one mutual fund scheme to other mutual fund scheme, you can give that plan of option, because that option, so that maybe you are invested in one fund where with a growth option. What happens? That growing units, that whatever dividends you are receiving will be reinvested in the scheme. That dividends what you are receiving, maybe you ask the your fund manager or your company, mutual fund company, to invest it in a different scheme. So that SDP, systematic transfer plan, maybe from a portion of your investment also, you may request the mutual fund company to transfer it to some other scheme in the same company. That facility is also available. Only rider is, it should be in the from the same company. The transfer should affect in the same company. That inter-scheme switching investment from one open-ended scheme to another within the same fund scheme. All these facilities are available. A lot of flexibility. You need not get a feeling that I am stuck in this scheme. No, you will have a lot of flexibility from moving from one scheme to the other. And systematic transfer plan is there. Inter-scheme switches is there. All these facilities are available for you. Next. SIP, we have already covered this. Regular income, regular investments, a targeted amount. Disciplined investors will choose this. This is called SIP, SIP, Systematic Investment Plan. Next. the advantage of SIP is you need not time. Today market is growing, wait for that and then start investing. No, you can, because you are investing in over a period of time, every month regularly. So what happens? Your SIP will take care of the market fluctuations and the compounding effect also. What happens if you starting at the age of 25? If you invest, 4,20,000, you will get around 23 lakhs. At the age of 60, you will get 23 lakhs. So similarly, what is your investment horizon? Almost 35 years. In these 35 years, your 4,20,000 is grown to 23 lakhs plus. And 30 years, if 3 lakhs invested will grow to 15 lakhs. These are how the SIP will give you compounding effect, and your investments grow is shown in this slide. Yeah. Next. Yep, this is SIP, how rupee cost averaging, because you are investing in over a period of time, your NAV is getting average, and you will get substantially better NAV when you complete that investment target what you have planned for yourself. How it impacts you in the rising market, how it impacts you in the falling market, how it impacts you in the volatile market is given in this diagram. Systematic investment plan. Based on your risk appetite, you can go for this. Next. Systematic withdrawal plan is also available, like SIP, like investment is a systematic investment. Systematic withdrawal is also called SWP. You can time your withdrawals based on your financial goals and requirements, what you have planned for. The systematic withdrawal plan will help you to achieve those withdrawals. Next. How to invest in mutual funds. Next. So you have to complete your KYC. KYC is nowadays mandatory for any investments or many bank deposits or bank. So you have to complete your KYC, PAN card, bank account. You should have all these prerequisites. And KYC you have to complete. After completion of the KYC, it's a centralized KYC in mutual fund industry as a whole. So you can, once you complete this KYC in the centralized mode, you can start investing in any of the mutual funds. For each and every scheme, you need not complete the KYC. This is another very, very important benefit for the investors. Next. KYC, what are the requirements? Everybody is aware of it nowadays. Any scheme you talk about KYC, they are talking about. And what are the documents that is helpful in completing this thing? When you complete this thing, KYC, it will show you registered, and then it will show you how whether on hold, rejected, everything will be online. You can see that. Next. Modes of investment: physical mode as and online mode, like a direct plan and regular plan and direct. This thing direct is an online, and a regular plan is a physical mode. This is a traditional paper based. You have to fill up the application form, mutual fund scheme application form, and other things. In online mode, yes, you can directly apply in online mode. Yeah. Next. Offline and online, again, we have already discussed this. Offline is through distributor and other things. Fill up the application, give it to a distributor, and enclose a check or this thing. And online, directly your account will be debited, and you can invest in online mode. Next. How to withdraw your money? Again, offline and online mode. Offline mode's redemption request, there is a format. That redemption request format, you have to sign and send it to the company. And within 1 or 2 days, it will be credited to your account. Whereas online mode, online transaction page, and then redeem your mutual fund units, and accordingly, it will be credited to your account. Next. Performance evaluation is there for all the mutual funds. A mutual fund provides relative return with respect to its benchmark. What is the benchmark? Because in the investment document, information document, SID, they will give you what is the benchmark target they give, and with that they will evaluate how the fund is performing vis-a-vis against the benchmark, what they have indication, what they have indicated in their SID and other things. It will give you performance evaluation principles. Next, stress testing is also available for you in the sense, in an extreme volatile market, how the fund is going to perform. This type of stress testing is also will be done by the various mutual funds, and this information is available in our AMFI website. Okay, you can see the results of this stress testing in case of extreme volatility, how your fund is going to perform. In a stable market conditions, how it is going to perform. Scenario building, it's like a scenario building, in various scenarios, how it is, performing. Next, net asset value, how the asset value will be arrived is explained here. Net asset value indicate the intrinsic value of each one unit of your investment in a particular fund. Each fund will have to declare NAV on a daily basis, and so that you will come to know what is your net asset value of your investment. Yeah, AMFI website, this information is available for you. Next, product labeling is also there. Again, product labeling is riskometer. There is a concept called riskometer. Each scheme, investment, understand, it will tell you what is the risk that a particular scheme is running. Low risk, low to moderate. The debt schemes will be in these two brackets. Moderate and moderately high, maybe some of the equity schemes will be there. Hybrid funds also will be there in that. High risk funds will be there where only equity investing funds will be there. High to very high risk they run. So this is the riskometer, they call it, and it will, each scheme, it will project what is the risk that scheme is running on the riskometer. Next. So this riskometer will help you in taking an investment decision, which scheme you have to invest. Next, nomination facility is available. We are all aware, nomination facility, bank deposits, and like this, we have nomination facility here for mutual funds also. Up to 2-3 people you can nominate, and as we are all aware, nomination is a facility which will settle the funds in a much better and cheaper way, very quickly, without submission of all these documents of success certificates and all these things. Next, why is important? We are all aware. This is it need not told in detail. Nomination will give you a much faster settlement in case of the unfortunate event of death of the investor. These units will be transmitted to the nominees, which are given in the form or the already in the scheme. Next. Besides, when we are suggesting that mutual fund is one of the best ways of investment, you should have also the investor should have a redressal grievance redressal mechanism available. Each fund will have this, where you can lodge your complaint in case if your grievance is not redressed in the time-bound manner. You can go for that, and accordingly, this complaint redressal mechanism will be very helpful. In case if you don't get the redress, you can also go for some SEBI's complaint redressal mechanism. That is SEBI. Next, please. SEBI's complaint redressal mechanism is also that's called SCORES, SEBI complaint redressal system. You can also lodge your complaint. It is an online mode. You can also lodge your redress complaint which was not redressed by the mutual fund company. You can lodge it here, and it will be in a time-bound manner. This way, SCORES system will give you a response, and what is the stage and how it is getting redressed and other things. It will help you. Next. Yes, Sarthi app is there. This Sarthi app of SEBI will help you. It's user-friendly interface. It gives you a lot of videos on education on how investments and other things. Unbiased and objective, because it's a regulator's website. You will get unbiased information and unbiased reviews. This will help you in a much better way in investments in the mutual fund schemes. Next, I think we are through. Thank you very much for your patient listening. We stop here. In case any questions are there, 1 or 2 questions I can take, sir.
Your name is Sunil. Hello, Steve. Your name is Sunil. After YouTube,
போயிட்டாங்க சார்.
Sir, you are not audible, sir. Sir, one question in chat box. Is investing based return on interest or dividend based? I am investing in SIP for a year now around 500 rupees, and now I am getting return of more 5,000. Is it good return?
Hello, Sabsar sir.
Yes.
I think sir has left the meeting. Maybe
One
network
minute, sir,
problem.
1 minute. I will check, sir. There is some maybe technical issue, sir.
Yes.
I request Mr. Surjit Kumar ji, sir, please contact with keynote speaker today's and told to please join the session, please. Sujit Kumar?
Yes, sir.
Sir, please inform Mr. Rao, sir, because he left the meeting because some technical issue. Please, sir.
Okay.
We will take few questions only. Please. Dear all participants, please fill feedback form and you will receive your e-certificate within 10 days. And so I request all the participants, please fill feedback form. For certificates, feedback form is mandatory. Please, I request to all the participants, please.